sometimes Symmetra, Roadhog, or McCree to get an early stun and a pick onto a Sombra who gets a little bit greedy. We're on board with Proper right now.
Yeah, this is just to catch out Doha. Okay, yeah, there you go. Proper's actually going to change over. I can imagine to the Xayah and Krong over to the D.Va. Yeah, just to try and catch them out like we just said. I mean, if you can get that initial pick, like, it can just be so valuable. It takes so long to actually get back to first point on Hanamura. It feels like just a mile and a half. But O2 Blast just wasting a little bit of time here. Pelican's actually going to switch over now Proper as well to the Tracer Sombra, respectively. Doha's already got 35% towards that EMP. He's going to hack that Mega Health Pack away as well, so O2 Blast can't even use some of their health packs at their back.
A little bit of a hit scan dive. Proper can use his SMGs to do a lot of damage to these tanks' jaws, and straight away it's going to be a big dive from Alpha.
Yeah, Mandu and Myambong are going to go down rather easily. Hello, Mystic, taking this first fight with ease, although Ndine is going to fall. Perhaps if O2 Blast now can get back from spawn rather quickly, they can capitalize on this, although he is going to spawn now, and Unique, I just saw, was just sprinting towards Ndine to make sure he can get back to spawn. Get back to the point, sorry, rather quickly.
I'd love to see Doha here do a little bit more homework when it comes to the time in between rounds. Hack out those Mega Health Packs, make sure those aren't available from Myambong, who would have to use his Bardic Grenade to heal himself if he is left out alone, but just like there's very little territory control here for Doha. Does have that Mega Health Pack hacked in the sushi restaurant, or whatever restaurant that is, but not the one to the right-hand side.
EMP is going to come out. Instantly, Kaiser gets jumped on. You see his health bar, 100-0, rather fast. Krong did get EMP'd as well, but isn't going to get killed just yet. They are going to contest point for the time being, although that will just be Proper trying to farm up a pulse bomb. He has to land it on one of the main supports for Element Mystic. I mean, Undine would be the prime target to remove a lot of those heals, but Element Mystic holding firm. O2 Blast time back now, about around 2 minutes left.
Yeah, when Proper having that pulse on, he's got to very much be informed of Sparkle's bubble usage here. Hunbin's going to have a little bit of a scout. He is actually putting himself in a position where he will be able to float up there for a while, so he can actually drop down, I believe, the self-destruct from there, should he so desire, but it could be a bit telegraphed for O2 Blast, and they may be able to find that one out. Pelican, early hack,
what a sleep.
That time.
Oh, it's disaster. Although, instantly you can see Krong coming in. That's going to be a nano boost actually onto Kaiser as well to actually help him out. Proper's going to be able to find Alpha, and Ndine is going to go down as well. O2 Blast now moving towards the point. A self-destruct is going to get launched in. Does take care of Krong's mech, but Kaiser is going to pop that Primal Rage in order to stay alive. Boots Sparkle off the edge of the map as well. Beautiful sleep to start us off with, but O2 Blast capitalizing on the fact that Element Mystic were trying to just capitalize on that sleep. They're going to be able to take the point now, and then the Mystic scurry back to second, although they have got so many ults online.
And remember what I pointed out after O2 Blast, Blizzard World first attack, Krong's Peel was what facilitated that. Krong's Peel was just so strong, it often facilitates a great counter engage for O2 Blast. He's such an asset to his team, but right now, not much of an asset, only 150 health, no mech to his name, gonna have to use that Bunny Blast to get it back, which he undoubtedly will before O2 make their engagement. Pelican's ready to facilitate it, has the EMP ready to deny a lot of resources.
Oh, there it is. EMP is going to come out, but Proper's already dead. They're going to get traded for Alpha at least. The beat will come through from Unique in order to keep the rest of the team alive. That's a lot of their damage instantly gone. O2 Blast lost Proper so early on in the fight, and their EMP went off. You can't even blame Pelican for that at all. You can't say like, oh, you know, you should have waited for Proper to spawn back, because that almost happened simultaneously. Nice beat usage from Element Mystic though to keep them all alive in that preceding fight. O2 Blast, they're going to have to go once again.
I may have misseen it, but I think Kaiser actually put down his Winster Bubble on top of Alpha while he was slept to make sure he didn't get that sound barrier, because it was blocked out by the shield line of sight. I'm not sure if that was what happened, but Alpha did die a lot faster than you'd expect for a 950 HP Reinhardt, so I think that may well have been it. Doha in the back creeping around, may get a 6-man EMP here. Trying to look for a manual hack first.
Doesn't manage to find Krong, but look at them all now, just huddling together. They know Mandu has beats, but it's not going to be available now as he gets instantly EMP'd. It's so much harder to hide away as the Lucio, especially when you're on attack. Almost no situation for you to actually do so, because you need to speed boost your teammates through. A nasty stagger onto Proper as well. You don't normally see people staggering the Xayah. Even use the personal barrier as well to keep himself alive for a little bit longer. I'm not sure about that one, but he does end up falling in the end, burning away even more time away from Blast.
Yeah, Proper could actually have killed himself there using the mortars, and that's what he was doing, just hitting Hanbin. I'm not sure why he used the personal barrier jaws. I guess he just wanted to bring up the average energy stat. You know that Winston's labs, they are tracking those, so maybe just for a little bit of the love of the numbers. Sparkle has the Graviton Surge ready to go and potentially can lock down the incoming attack from O2 Blast. Mandu will be able to answer it with that sound barrier, but wants to make sure Doha will not be able to strip them again with the EMP. Oh. That's a very early nano.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Can Kaiser actually make up this ground? I'm not sure he actually can. The nano boost is going to wear out rather momentarily. Alpha's going to be able to move forward now. Graviton Surge is going to get used, but it's instantly going to get EMP'd away. That sound barrier not doing all of anything. Oh my goodness, that's what you want to see if you're Element Mystic. They used a lot of ults in that fight, however, O2 Blast, they're going to be able to build up towards a nice Graviton Surge, but what a perfect situation there for Element Mystic to capitalize on. Graviton Surge met with a beat, instantly EMP'd away. Alpha lands down the Shatter. A lot of investments, but Prong actually switching over to the Hanzo now to potentially try and capitalize on the fact that Element Mystic have no ults.
Oh, the Elder Shimada is coming home, Jaws. Can do a lot of damage. 250 damage will be done from headshotting arrows. That can take out either of the supports or, of course, Doha on this Sombra. Will not kill Hanbin. It will leave him with 3 HP, but can be easily cleaned up because of the armor mitigation. And Proper, he's got the Graviton ready to go. He can likely use this and build up another one before Dragon Strike's ready.
But they have Trance. Like, this is the thing. They're going to be able to swing in. Kaiser's going to eject Alpha from the Graviton Surge, but receiving the shield was to little to no avail, as he does end up going down regardless. Element Mystic now going to have to posture, ready for another retake. One ticket's going to get acquired by O2 Blast. Kaiser waiting around this corner with the Shatter. Undine does end up going down first. Beat to actually enter the fight from Element Mystic. Shatter from Kaiser, still holding onto it. He's so low, he can't actually let down the shield just yet, as now Alpha's just claiming so much space. Pelican's going to be able to find a kill as well. Prong's not going to be able to follow this up with all of anything. Again, that looks so good from O2, but thing is, you can't let Kaiser go that low, Harry. He has the Shatter. If he goes into the animation, he's going to get instantly cleared up, and O2 Blast now have let Element Mystic claim so many ults. 1 minute now remains, but O2 Blast need to claim only just 33%.
Great patience and zen there from Element Mystic, making sure that they did not make for an engagement until Alpha was back. They knew Kaiser would have a free Shatter onto anyone who went onto the point without the protection of that Reinhardt shield. Now Element Mystic, they're loaded for bear for this last fight, George. Look at all those ultimates they got ready. No support ultimates to keep them alive, but Hanbin can make sure they're being incredibly aggressive. And already,
that EMP was good. Myeonbong having to use the Transcendence, forced to use it, in fact, and now they're just going to grab at Sparkle. Sparkle's going to let it loose. The Dragons are coming through. They managed to kill one, but it's now 20 seconds remaining for O2 Blast to touch the point and find some semblance of a fight. It's so good for Element Mystic right now. They're going to back off, just waiting for Alpha now to build up towards a Shatter. Kaiser's got one of his own, and he has done for about 2 minutes now.
Well, the Eye of the Kaiser needs to keep O2 Blast in this map. They have 2 ticks to their name, Jaws, and now Alpha's under huge stress.
He's got the Discord Ornament as well. Kaiser's going to have to unleash the biggest shadow of his life. He's going to channel the Eye of the Kaiser, or at least try to. Beast's going to come through. He's got it. But the Graviton Surge is going to come out from Element Mystic. They hit a big shadow of their own, but they aren't able to capitalize on it. Kaiser's going to go down with an ult, but this is going to be it, surely. Undine comes back with a nano boost as well, and Doha unleashes the EMP. 4 people locked up. O2 Blast sent to the Nether Realm, and Element Mystic are going to be able to hold Blast on second.
Straight to the sky, coming back down, burning like a phoenix. O2 Blast running out of fuel on that last point. That was such a crucial manual hack. I keep talking about him, George. EMPs aren't just what Doha is about. He generates them incredibly quickly, but his manual hacking, his right clicks, they're always in the perfect position. Kaiser thought he had Alpha dead to rights right there. He knew that he could have laid them all down, but that Q-Key, he's smashing it. He's smashing it, but it's not working.
What a situation for Blast to be in again. This is flashbacks to Blizzard World, of course, round 2, as they were able to complete the first time around, but they were so close at capping second on Blizzard World on that second attack, and they were so close once again to capping this second point. 33% stood in their way, and Element Mystic reading O2 Blast like a book. They know they have to kill Kaiser. They know he has Shatter. Alpha Shield's just getting so pressured, but the positioning from Element Mystic in that last engagement was so perfect because Kaiser was walking up to the stairs. He had Alpha locked in his sights, but he was the only person in front of him. He could shatter him, yes, but there was going to be so much support ready for Element Mystic in the back to make sure that he doesn't go down after the shatter does land. And because of that, they're then forced to use the Graviton Surge mixed with the shatter in order to find something. But it was a perfect counter shatter from Alpha to make sure they didn't follow up. Element Mystic now on the offense, running out with a good old-fashioned Sombra Doom.
Krong gonna have a quick scout here, gonna tell O2 Blast what to expect as Element Mystic roll out of the doors before that tab key is available. He does get an eye here onto Alpha. Gonna try and escape, will translocate out onto the high ground now. Element Mystic are gonna be able to make their engagement here. Sparkle needs to be careful not to be hacked by Krong as he makes the engagement, because Doomfist can be incredibly easy to hack in those situations.
Oh, Sparkle, that was very, very close. You can sometimes kind of get caught on that doorway. He's going to go in once more, and look at that hack actually landing onto Alpha. It was too little too late, though. And DNA managed to find the nade kill onto Kaiser. That's the perfect target for the for Krong to actually hack away is Alpha, but you end up trading it there, which is a very bad trade for you at the end of the day. No way you're going to be able to survive now, and Element Mystic rolling on forward. Alpha finds a couple of kills, maybe even more here as he tries to go for the luxury pin as they do swarm onto the point, claim one tick and should claim the rest.
Well, O2 Blast are still here, but they are going to make a quick disengagement. I like how Element Mystic there, they were very reserved in how they played that one out. Oh no, Kaiser's been hacked. This is a sad end right here. Back to the for him.
O2 Blast, Harry, O2 Blast now have to defend for 7 minutes almost for 2 ticks. That's it. That's all Element Mystic need to claim match point.
Doha already taking a little bit of damage, will hack up that help out. There's a lot of territory control there for Element Mystic. O2 Blast, if they get too aggressive, will not have access to that. Krong's going to be spotted out. We know exactly where he's gone, but not in a position to try and take advantage of that. Half health left for Doha as he wants to build up towards this EMP, and there's the Nano Doom again.
What a rotation from Sparkle there. Tried to get on the high ground, instantly gets hacked away though as he gets Nano, but look at this. The instant EMP is going to come through. 5 people are going to get hacked. Myeonbong isn't towards the Nano at all, so he can't save Kaiser. Proper's going to go down as well. Pennacon's going to fall. Element Mystic rushing O2 Blast onto the point. The Nano Boost came out eventually, but it was too little and it was too late. Mandu and Myeonbong are gone. O2 Blast have to get back to the point in time, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to make it. Element Mystic, with such a quick time, destroy O2 Blast on Hanamura and put themselves at match point. O2 Blast have got one more map to kind of clutch this out and go for a reverse sweep. But look how happy they are. Look, well, they're not. They're ready. They're focused. They're very happy inside, but they still know they've got one more map to actually defeat O2 Blast on to claim the series and claim the entirety of Contenders 1 Season 2019. Or Season 1 of 2019 Contenders.
Well, Element Mystic, you know they got those focus faces on because they have been the victims of a playoff reverse sweep before, I believe at the hands of O2 Ardiant, the forerunners of O2 Blast. And the thing about Sparkle Jaws, he's a superstar. We say his name so much, and that means when you're up against him, you have to devote so much of your time to trying to shut him down. That's why you see Pelican jump off the high ground, getting a shield bash onto an airborne Sparkle. Then you see the manual hack come out from Krong onto Sparkle. Then you see the EMP come out of Krong onto Sparkle. But when you put that much into there are 5 other members of Element Mystic who all came here to finals of Overwatch Contenders career, one of the greatest, most skillful places for Overwatch play on Earth, and you cannot discount them. They will roll over you while you look elsewhere, and that's exactly what they did on Hanamura.
O2's Blast now. It's their time to choose a map once more, and this could be the perfect playoff run as well. We mentioned at the very start of this series that there's only been one map loss between these two teams, but that one map loss was O2 Blast against GC Busan Wave all the way back in the quarterfinals. Element Mystic setting themselves up for a perfect run in playoffs. And what a title and what an achievement that's going to be. We're going to jump to a quick break though. We'll be right back after these. Hey guys, welcome back. And this could be it, Harry. This finals has gone much swifter than I thought than I think anybody could have imagined. Currently, Element Mystic sitting on a 3-0. We have a substitution as well. Alpha is going to step out. Takiyaki's going to come in. This is the last time O2 Blast can come around, though. They have to find the reverse sweep, and it has to start now.
Last time people educated about Korea thought the Element Mystic had a finals locked down, you know exactly what happened. There is still the chance for O2 Blast to get it together, have a reverse sweep here. And if it's going to happen, it's going to be Kaiser leading them to that victory. He's really been able to do that much thus far against Alpha, I suppose, in the vacuum in the 1v1. He has been winning out now and then against him, but there are so many extraneous factors which have been coming into this that have been manipulating the Reinhardt duel, the displacement of a Doomfist, the hacks of a Sombra. Doha and Sparkle have made sure that Kaiser, in all his glory, has been able to not really log into Overwatch today.
He's stuck in a queue behind about 20,000 other people, waiting for the brand new loot boxes. Junkertown will be the final, well, could be the final map. Yeah, exactly. Well, hopefully this map is a little bit more free to O2 Blast to continue this series, or at least they're hoping so, and I can imagine the O2 Blast fans are hoping as well. This map, Junkertown, does aid itself to a little bit more DPS play. Maybe we see a little bit of Widowmaker. It's kind of the trend to see so. But with O2 Blast, now knowing that Takiyaki's going to come in, can they read him a little bit better than Alpha can? Right now, Kaiser is getting bettered by the enemy Reinhardt. I mean, Alpha is now stepping out and just changing up the style last minute could throw an issue towards O2 Blast now. Are they going to be able to adapt this quickly on the fly? That is going to be the big question. They've had to adapt throughout the season to various roster shuffles with Mardoom, Youngbong, and Pelican coming in halfway throughout. We'll see if they can actually adapt to Element Mystic coming in with Takayaki instead of Alpha.
Looks like there is a little bit of attention being given to a player's monitor. There was an issue in our previous semi-final between O2 Blast and Runaway with Mag's monitor, so there's potential that that same thing could happen again. But look to that trophy there, Jaws. I think Element Mystic haven't really won that many things. They consistently play well, and does like he is entering the practice range right here. Make sure that it is 144 or 240 hertz. I think the only thing that Element Mystic have placed first in is actually maybe either Contenders Trials or maybe Open Division Korea forever ago, back when Apex Challenger Series was basically an analog for Contenders Trials. They've always been so close, yet so far away from those podium finishes. So that trophy sitting so temptingly just a few meters away and only one map away as well in the scoreline definitely will be weighing on their minds. And it will be down to their head coach, of course, to make sure their minds are clear, their minds are focused, that they are in the game rather than in their own heads.
Pelicans ready and raring to go. Sinking rather deep into that chair. Although it does look rather comfy. It feels like a chair that you'd be able to just slip into and then never get up. My favorite kind of chair. What a big fan. Element Mystic, though, like you just mentioned, well, O2 Blast even, they've got to now get a read on Sparkle. They've had 3 maps. I mean, the reverse sweep, like you mentioned, is still possible, but it's going to be weighing on the minds of O2 Blast at this point. Kaiser specifically, having defeated Runaway, having Runaway their second loss in a row, which sounds far than normal as teams go. It's like, oh, you know, they lost 2 times in a row, it's whatever. But like, no, it's Runaway. They only just found their first loss a couple of weeks ago against Element Mystic, and then finding their second loss against O2 Blast a couple of hours ago. They have to be in a situation, in a mindset, especially coming into the series, like, wow, we just beat Runaway. Element Mystic beat them as well. This match is going to be super close. I don't think there's a situation where we can't just let Kaiser loose and then smack around Alpha just a little bit. But they just feels like no one is now getting to grips with the fact that Doha is going to have EMP every single fight. They're actually putting so many resources into Sparko in order for him to succeed as well. It's something that you mentioned earlier in the fact that he's getting bubbles as well by the Zaya every time he goes in. He's getting nano boosts. He's getting literally everything under the sun in order to keep him alive. And he's proving his worth as well. He's finding picks in the back line. He's uppercutting the tank away so Alpha can lay down the shadow. This is do or die time now for O2 Blast.
Indeed it is. And you talked about the name Runaway, Jules, but do you know where the name Runaway will not be appearing? amongst
Showdown.
the names of teams that will be going to Shanghai, China for the Pacific Showdown in but a few weeks' time. It will be O2 Blast and Element Mystic who will represent Korea on the international stage, where they will compete against teams from Contenders China, from Contenders Pacific, and Contenders Australia to earn themselves not only a hefty chunk of change, but some additional spots for their regions, or to lose their spots for their regions at the Gauntlet later on in the year. But we have finally made it to the wonderful wastelands of the Omnium, also known as Australia in our classical geography. It does seem like we'll be starting off with O2 Blast on the attack.
And Mystic on the defense, so it does mean we get to see a little bit what's going on. Go back on. Yeah, there you go. I was going. No one's taking the Doomfist away from Sparkle. Go back onto the Brigitte. Sorry that you're in Brigitte jail, but Sparkle is going to be on the Xayah. Doha as well, of course, on the Sombra. And this is a fairly good map for Sombra too. Sombras just love open, I wouldn't say necessarily open spaces, but spaces where they can get big blanks, they can hack away health packs from the offense or defense. There's a lot of mega health packs which you can utilize on this map, and being able to kind of scout like the Sombra is doing now. Doha has just kind of planted himself on the top left above the payload. You can get a ton of information too, where they're hiding, where O2 Blast are potentially going to speed boost through. Krong's actually jumping over to the the Hanzo instead. Again, just try and deal with Doha in some sort of semblance, and maybe try and force him onto a D.Va.
Yeah, there's also a ton of physical cover on the high ground so that you can start laying down that fire, building up towards the EMP. Doha for now is still going to remain in stealth. He's going to get himself the hack onto Mandu, going to try for the assassination, but Krong's right there.
You know, his one arrow lands, like, you have to kind of disengage and use that translocator, but he's still got a lot of damage down. You can see just how much ult charge he's already got, 60%. This is why we're touting him, and something that ZP and Avast have been touting as well is Doha's probably one of the best Sombras currently in the world. Not because of just his ult charge, but his positioning as well when he goes for these EMPs. Normally it's like, yeah, okay, just EMP the front line, but you have to keep an eye on the supports, making sure that they are also EMP to negate all of that sound barrier usage, either EMPing it away or just stopping the Lucio from even actually activating the ability. Beautiful sleep dart onto him to start off with, but right now, O2 Blast still kind of struggling to get it around this corner.
Execution not coming through. Krong wants to build up towards that Dragon Strike. Everyone in that room is going to be very much a juicy target for the Dragon to feast upon already. The Transcendence.
The Transcendence is going to get used super early. Doha's going to get spotted in the back line. Krong has got the Dragon Strike available to him now. Can use that leap to kind of get away as well. O2 Blast, like I mentioned, still struggling, Harry. Just to get it past this small corridor. Sparkle receives a headshot, but he's also got a Graviton Surge coming up momentarily.
And Proper almost has that Graviton Surge, like you said. That will be a very devastating combo. There will be no Transcendence available to try and save Element Mystic if they all get caught in there, taking the additional damage. Could be the
Grab's coming out. There's the EMP as well. Proper, Pelican, and Kaiser are all caught up, but the Dragon Strike was near enough to the Graviton Surge. Does manage to take out Takoyaki and Habin. That's the combo they were after. Krong, in this instance, has to make sure he doesn't get EMP'd. They knew it was coming. They do manage to just make sure it's soaked up by the front line. They managed to get the payload moving again, but still a lot of time actually burnt away from their time bank. 2 minutes now remain.
Takoyaki trades shield health
They're
for that.
gonna contest.
There won't be Takoyaki involved in this fight.
He got slept.
Up to knock back.
Graviton Surge is going to come in. Kaiser still has that shatter. They're still managing to contest the payload. A minute's going to come by. Takoyaki comes back. He's got his shadow of his own. Absorbs Kaiser's one into his shield. Shadow comes out straight on the brig. She ends up going down. And Element Mystic aren't done just yet. They're going to hold the gate. O2 Blast cannot sink this payload in, and this is not how they envisioned this push to go. Myeongbong is at least going to be able to find a kill on Unique, so Element Mystic are still down players.
Combination of whip shot and sleep dart there made sure that Takoyaki wasn't going to be involved in that fight for very long, but Kaiser could not find what he wanted to hit that shatter. Doha will have to translocate away. A quick 2v2 scenario here on the cart as Takoyaki is lacking in some health, and Kaiser's going to try and take position, but still, it does look like Element Mystic are all now presently accounted for as the EMP.
Transcendence with the EMP. Graviton Surge is going to come out there, and they're going to get healed up from this one. Kaiser's going to go so low, receives armor pack just in time, but not in time enough for the damage that's going to get laid on top of him. Habin's going to secure the kill. They trade 1 for 1 as Doha ends up going down as well. Element Mystic still fighting this, still ready and raring to go. Dragon Strike's going to come in as they get booped into it. So much damage in the front line of Element Mystic, but Sparkle's going to use the grab. Mandu's going to go down, and they're still contesting the payload. 30 seconds now remain for O2 Blast to try and cap first point.
O2 Blast are clinging to life, they're clinging to time, they're clinging to Junkertown and Contenders itself. Jaws, Krong's gonna go and check out the plains of Australia, but he hasn't got time for that. Kaiser getting hacked on his exit, could well be staggered here if he dies. That would be absolutely tragic for the side of O2 Blast, desperately trying to survive as Doha wants to build up towards that EMP. Element Mystic now in a commanding position, but Kaiser, once again, it's going to come down to him. He needs to lay down the largest ground pound the likes of Korea has ever seen to keep O2 Blast here.
Perfect start to the fight. Krong finds the headshot onto Unique, and now they can just pressure the shield of Takayaki. He's got a shadow of his own. Shadow's going to come out from Element Mystic in a momentary. Kaiser's going to lay one his right into the shield. Pelican is going to fall very swiftly. O2 Blast now need to be able to find this fight. An EMP's going to come through. The Dragon Strike onto the payload, but it's too late. Kaiser's going to fall. OT is now ticking through. Krong's going to fall. Element Mystic are going to hold O2 Blast just before the gates of Junkertown.
A brutal hold there, and we thought Krong may well have figured out. He managed to kill Doha's translocator so that there wouldn't be that escape option. He got the opening pick onto Unique as well, but still, it was Element Mystic who split their attention, made sure that Proper was caught out on his own. We thought there would be so much attention onto Krong, but Takayaki just turned around, got the solo shadow onto the Zarya, removed that primary source of up-close damage, ensuring that Krong and is less reliable, but still all the more bursty damage would be the only thing O2 Blast could rely upon, and there just wasn't enough to move through the huge amount of health bars that Element Mystic had right there. And now O2 Blast, the pressure's on Jaws. We thought there may well be a reverse sweep coming, but this is the least likely scenario. 89 meters and 71 centimeters stand between Element Mystic and finally claiming the trophy of Overwatch Contenders career.
And having a perfect run through the playoffs as well. They've not dropped a single map. And Element Mystic, I don't think we could have said they'd be in this situation, or at least this scoreline situation at the start of the season. They had such a rough journey actually getting here. Losses to teams like MVP and to teams like WGS. 3 of those WGS members, by the way, are now on O2 Blast playing in this game in Pelican, Mandu, and Myungpong. Element Mystic now ready to clean sweep O2 Blast. It was like, cheers O2 Blast for knocking out Runaway. They always managed to defeat us at the last hurdle, both in semis in Season 2 and in the finals, of course, in Season 3. This is 1.5 fights worth of map that O2 Blast have to defend again.
But Jaws, as we always say in any sort of Overwatch, it isn't over until it's over. Krong gonna have a scout here. Already, there will be Takayaki afflicted with a Bardic Grenade, a great opening play there from Myungpong to get that additional charge for himself. Sparkle coming out on his signature Doomfist. What better way to claim a trophy for Element Mystic than Sparkle with his most famous hero?
Doha is just trying to build up towards the CMB. It's very hard. Only in the offense, you have to find a nice little flank route, although 40% isn't too bad whatsoever. Krong is just inching ahead of him, although I say that and Doha gets a little bit more charge. But look how much space O2 Blast are giving up now, Harry.
Halfway already. Sparkle going to be able to escape there, but still Element Mystic. They're getting free progress on this car. O2 Blast are only going to have one fight here, potentially. And Sparkle just waiting to try and make his engagement.
All right, good start. Robin manages to find Doha with a cheeky little right click. And now they can just chase Element Mystic away. Having gets hacked. No shields available for him. Sparkle's still dueling it out. Kano, he is pretty much free to do whatever he wants. I mean, you can jump in. You've got to be wary, of course, of the sleep darts and the bashes. But if he receives the shield from Harbin, he's going to be more than safe.
And Dina and Myungpong both have those nano boosts ready to go. 250 burst healing on this pack.
Nano boost onto the back line. You can't do anything now. Myungpong's going to go down. But an EMP so early coming out from Krong. Is he going to be able to do all of anything? Takayaki and Habin end up falling, so that's a yes. At least they're able to get the EMP off. But Element Mystic, no. They can just be happy with themselves, building up ultimates for this next fight. They only use one in that nano boost. Sparkle has the Meteor Strike. Takayaki has the Shatter. Doha also has the EMP. One fight wonder right now. O2 Blast need to play this perfect.
Hit him with the EMP, hit him with a Shatter, and slam down from the top. That is for Emo right now.
They
for
haven't
Element
got
Mystic.
support. Kaiser's going to get naded as well. He instantly goes down, and that's one ult now removed for O2 Blast. Proper's going to be able to have grab in this next engagement. Pelican using the rally to stay in the fight, but look how far up Element Mystic are playing. They know the situation they're in. They know it's just one more fight that they need to win in order to claim the trophy.
Kaiser almost back. He has for Shadow Ray to go, but the same for Takoyaki. Proper needs to come in.
Prophet's
He's
going to come out. Weeded the grab. The beat's going to come through to make sure they all survive. Sparkle in the back line, just causing absolute menace. Montu is going to go down. Kaiser lays down the shadow, but it does absolutely nothing. Sparkle with a rampage in the back line finds 2 kills. The Graviton Surge is going to be there as well. Sparkle with a quad. Element Mystic sink the payload in and 4-0 O2 Blast and win Contenders Korea Season 1 with a perfect run through the playoffs.
Sparkling, he's absolutely shining. Managing to finish that one out there. It was not O2 Blast Day, I'm afraid. We managed to take down Runaway. They should have run away themselves. Element Mystic finally managing to claim that trophy just as well. They would do it without dropping an entire map over the course of their playoff run. Perfection for the team that has so long been second place. So long they have had this sort of motif of choking in playoffs, but right now, no choking in sight. They have been absolutely perfect.
And what a way to end it as well. Just with a full hold on Junkertown. Disaster for O2 Blast, but what a victory for Element Mystic. They've been waiting for this for so long, and now they finally get to lift the trophy after being stumped for 2 seasons in a row by Runaway. They find their moment, they find their time, and they claim, and they can walk away as champions today.
They will walk away as champions. That will also mean they will walk away as favorites going into the next international competition, Jaws. They know that they're going to have to face up against rivals from across the world, and they will represent their region. They will represent Korea, and they will do themselves incredibly proud, I am sure.
O2 Blast can hold their heads high as well, having a roster being changed up so frequently is seen, well, not frequently, but like half the roster disappearing and then half of WGS moving towards them at the half of the season is just such a mix-up, and it can take so long in order to kind of get to grips with the rest of the team. But they made it all the way to the finals, only losing 1 map against GC Busan Wave to make it here against Element Mystic, and they will again make their way towards the Pacific Showdown as well, alongside Element Mystic to represent Korea.
Yeah, Runaway will be missing out on that one, and think about how quick the adaptation was here from the side of Element Mystic. No, I imagine they prepared thinking they would have that climactic Runaway Element Mystic final that we all expected. Maybe it would have been Runaway Gen G. We didn't even think that maybe Element Mystic would be a huge factor in this playoffs, because given what we saw at the beginning of their season, they were kind of inconsistent. They did manage to take, of course, the 3-2 off Runaway, but by that time we could have thought that potentially Runaway were pulling some punches. They'd already qualified, they'd guaranteed themselves that first seed in the bye going into playoffs. But really, the patch change seems to have done so much for Runaway. Removing a second from the cooldowns of Doomfist means Sparkle is back on there having the time of his life, and Sparkle on Doomfist, Doha on Sombra, being able to play on these heroes that so well suit your skill set is such a boon for this team, because who are you going to scrim against, Jaws? Who's going to scrim against it who plays it like that? Who's going to bring out the Element Mystic comp and be as effective as Element Mystic?
Just no one, that is who. And swapping out Takoyaki at the end there as well. It was just the final nail in the coffin. I mean, Kaiser maybe had a read on Alpha throughout the entirety of the, in the last couple of maps. Maybe on Blizzard World, he kind of understood how Alpha really wanted to play with Sparkle on Doom and then Doha on the Sombra, but then swapping in Takoyaki, and it's like, hey, here's another curveball to throw at you. Are you going to be able to stand up against this? The answer was no. And then they ended up falling over at the end on Junkertown. First point hold as well. Element Mystic, what a fantastic season for them. It's been just such a shaky beginning, but really rising to the forefront. And rather, Runaway being one of the best teams in the world, or were, Element Mystic can definitely hold themselves to that higher regard as well. And I think it's safe to say at this point, Doha is probably the best Sombra in the world currently.
Well, we know that Element Mystic's definitely a breeding ground for those. Guard also being an alumni of the team. Very much a famous Sombra player. And when we think about their journey over this season, Jaws, think about the expectations upon Element Mystic. They were the favorites to win Season 3 coming in. We thought about that easy win they should have had against the Charles team, WGS Element. They get 4-0'd. It's got to hang so heavily on the shoulders of any proud player who thinks they're representing their organization. Of course, they are showing themselves off as Korean Overwatch players to try and one day represent their team, their country in the Overwatch League. It's a huge testament to the backroom staff, the managers, the coaches, whoever else is involved in Element Mystic to be able to keep those players in a sense of being where they can continue improving, continue iterating, and can continue being proud to support their organization, to represent them, and to bring out these huge high pressure performances.
Yeah, you wonder really who is going where at this point. I think Element Mystic themselves, especially those players that are of age, Overwatch League age 18 and over, are they going to be picked up by various teams? I think this is a perfect scouting ground. Or are they going to end up like a Vancouver Titans where the entirety of the team gets picked up? We'll kind of never know. The off season can be a bit daunting at times, that is for certain, but season 2 is just around the corner and they can't let up just yet. Like we mentioned, Showdown's coming up very soon, and that's going to be another stage where they can really prove themselves against international competition over in China, who's another region that's really up and coming as well. I mean, even if you look at Overwatch League currently, I think Chengdu Hunters had such a fantastic entry into the league. I mean, Among has just been a fan favorite, I think, for the longest time right now, showing off the hamster. China is going to be a tough contender against these teams that are going towards the showdown, and then they got to play for the gauntlet. They want to make sure they can make it there. Element Mystic setting themselves up rather well, though.
Yeah, we talk about Element Mystic. The scouting potential for Element Mystic is so high. I believe they've exported basically a whole team and a half to Overwatch League. I think they exported their whole beginner roster, including like Fearless, Dako, and Cove, and they exported Poke, they exported Repel, of course, Guards. Sparkle's been the only one left behind, but only because he isn't old enough yet to go. And if you want to pick up Element Mystic as an entire team, I think you got to wait for Season 3, when, of course, Sparkle will come of age to compete. But I doubt that, unfortunately, Element Mystic will be together for that long, because I imagine, after what we've just witnessed, that someone's going to grab Doha, someone's going to grab Alpha, they want Undine, they want Unique. Even Hanbin, of course, he's been such an impressive flex. He's been the backbone of this team. He's so consistent for them. You can rarely point out a mistake from Hanbin as far as I'm aware. And that's definitely the consistency that coaches, scouts, managers from Overwatch League will look for.
Yeah, Sparkle he's only currently 16. He's going on 17, I believe, later this month. I mean, you're in a situation where you can, like you said, just kind of start scouting these players now. And then as soon as he becomes of age, which is going to be halfway through the next year or May next year, and then you can be like, hey, Sparkle, got an offer that you really can't refuse. There's no real telling, however, what the meta is going to be, whether it's going to be Doomfist focused, but his things like Genji is also just so prosperous to the team. I think the squad can definitely adapt to a DPS more centric meta. Regardless of goats, they're like, no, we want to play DPS. We don't want to play 3-3. We want to play DPS to some sort of extent, whether that's just Sombra goats, whether that's Doomfist goats. I mean, Sparkle Xayah definitely hasn't been like top tier considering the level of Xayah play we have across the world currently, but his DPS prowess is just absolutely insane. And such a young prodigy of a player. He's just got such a bright future ahead of him as well. It's going to be so exciting to see him grow over the next couple of years.
Do have a presentation of some awards now, I do believe. Player of the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta look at Element Mystic as an entire roster when you throughout the season. I mean, they've had their ups and downs, yes, but personally, I would love them to get picked up as a team completely. There's going to be so many fans that are going to follow their journey throughout, and their trophy is finally theirs. They can finally put it in their team house, which has also been such a massive boon to the fans of the team as well. Them having to come to their regular season games, as it's not on LAN anymore, it's online. So they're able to actually go and watch the teams in person, which has also been such a good thing, not only for the org, but for the fans to keep on rooting for them.
Yeah, it's definitely such a huge boon for the Korean Overwatch community that Element Mystic have this program where you can go to their team house and basically watch as close to a live feed of a game as possible, probably meet the team afterwards as well. Having that connection to the team is so important, and of course now they are sitting but feet from them as they lift up that trophy that's eluded them for so long. This has got to be such a huge mental just boon for everyone who has wanted to see Element Mystic succeed, and they have been a fan favorite, not just in Korea, Jaws, but across the world for so long. Their unique playstyle, especially from people like Sparkle, has captured the imaginations of thousands of fans of Overwatch.
Yeah, that he has. And with that, Mystic reign as champions going into Season 2. And it could very well be a meta shift. I'm very much looking forward to it, but they can rest assured they'll be practicing up, ready for the showdown that's coming up in a couple of weeks. Might just be a week in fact now. We're obviously on the 12th. I believe it starts on the 21st. So that's going to be good for them.
Couple of posing for photos, of course, for confetti will fall, and so we'll draw to a close. It would appear Season 1 of Contenders Korea. Of course, we've been commentating along with some wonderful other talent. Jaws, got to give the shout outs to ZP and Avast, to LemonKiwi and Heurix, and of course for Elo Health for having us all here to bring you the action from Contenders Korea.
Yeah, it's been rather well, and that's going to be all it for us tonight. Also, we'll leave you with these short replays as we sign off for one last time of Season 1. We'll see you very soon.